Do you worry about what people think about you? And I don't mean because you're an asshole or because you're just ugly and mean. I mean because you're trying to change your life or change the way you think. Do you feel sometimes you're an imposter or have imposter syndrome? And that's something that I had to battle through. And sometimes I still do because I make these podcasts, I make my content about trying to inspire people to change the way they think so they can change their lives. And I used to think that I shouldn't be doing that, that who's going to listen to me? And then when I really didn't care what people thought, and I realized that I really am changing my life, I'm changing the way I think. I'm wanting to do better, inspire, be better, a better father, a better person, and to help people. That's truly what I want to do, and I believe we all should do that, like I've said in the past. Then I realized that I'm not an imposter, that I have lived life, that I have went through things in my life that other people are going through or have been through, and how I've gotten through them, how I've changed my mindset to want to succeed, to want to not be a victim, to want to be better and do better in life. And I realized that I'm not an imposter, that I don't care what people think because I know that I'm truly here to help people, and I'm truly here to help people through life experiences that I've had, that I've gone through. And I've been through a lot more than some people and not as much as other people, but I'm positioned to help people in life get through things that I've been through, to help change the way they think so they can change their lives. And that's something I truly believe in, that we have to change the way we think when we want to be better, want to improve our lives, our businesses, our relationships. And it took life to do that. And some people don't ever get there, and they stay where they're at, and they never think they can change, or they never feel that they can get to where they want to go because of the life that they've lived or the people they're around, or because of society, to be honest with you. And they worry about people thinking they're a fake or they're an imposter, or thinking they're not qualified to be able to speak and help people. And I think once you realize that it doesn't matter what people think about you, that you're truly doing what you can to do good for others, then it doesn't matter how much, um, I guess, I don't know, education or qualifications you have, because life is a good qualifier. Going through things in life is just as a good qualification as a college degree. I've read several books. I've learned several things in life that I could have probably learned in college, but I'm learning it on my own. And I feel that there's a lot of people that don't go to college that's better suited to help people than people that do go to college. Obviously, if you want to heal people medically, you got to go to school to learn all that stuff. But when it comes to this, the school of hard knocks, I think we've all been there. We all have some, and if you're not afraid to stand up and speak what's helped you to help others, then you can change people's lives. You can help them find their path and their journey in life, because some people just don't know how to get there. Some people need a mentor. Some people need someone to listen to. We all have people we listen to and follow on social media and other things to that we like, or that we want to learn, or that want to help us. And I'm one of them. And that's what got me to realize that I can help people, because I have been through a lot of things in life, and I truly have changed the way I think, and I truly continue to change the way I think, to improve and to be better and to do better in my life, for myself, for my son, and for others. And to serve and to give back and to help people is what I feel that I'm called to do, and I feel a lot of us are called to do that. So I don't think you should worry about what people think about you if you're really truly trying to improve. People can change. People that truly want to better themselves and better their lives can truly change. And we all know people that say they've changed and they don't, and they do the same thing. And that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people that truly, truly want to change, and they can change. And I've had people that I used to know back in the day when I used to go to the bars and do all that stuff all the time, think that I'm full of shit with all my videos and these podcasts. But I know in my heart I'm not, and I don't do the same things that I used to do. Not being in those places, hanging around those people, doing those things proves to me that I'm not that person anymore. And I do not want to be that person, because I have changed the way I think. I know that I can't be better and do what I want to do and be successful by hanging out at bars and people who are always um, dogging other people or talking shit about other people or gossiping about other people. And they're usually the ones that don't change. When I first started doing this, I was kind of worried about some of those people that I used to hang out with, thinking that they just, because they knew who I used to be but don't know who I am now, think that I'm just full of shit, and I'm not. I truly, every day I change, and I screw up daily. I get angry. I I get lazy. I do things that I'm not happy about, but I know it, and I do what I have to do whenever I see that, to be able to get out of that and change, to do the things that make me better and to improve each and every day. We're all going to mess up. We're all going to fail. We're all going to screw up. But that doesn't mean that's who we are. That means that's what we did. And it's up to us to change so we can improve and do better and be better, and to change your lives, to change other people's lives, right? To go from chaos to peace. And the only way you can do that is by changing the way you think. And I don't care how successful you are or how broke you are, people struggle. And if somebody can help someone through something they've been through by speaking, by podcasts, by videos, by talking to them, coaching or whatever, then to me, it doesn't matter what people think. And I truly want to do that. And I truly want to help others change the way they think so they can change their lives, so they can go from chaos to peace, so I can inspire them to be better, to know that I've gotten through things in my life, hard things, not just easy things, right? From being around an alcoholic dad who beat every wife he ever had. I grew up in bars. I seen that, sexualized my whole life through them, through that atmosphere, through that thing growing up as a child, up into my adulthood, how it's affected me, and going to counseling has helped me understand that none of that was my fault, and that I can't put that burden on me, that was not my fault, and that it did affect me, but I'm the one that has to understand it and change, and know that God sometimes let hard things happen to people so we can learn, so we can change, so we can help other people improve their lives, improve our lives, and just be better humans on this earth, to spread messages and share hard times and what we've done to get through them, and things that we struggle to get through them. And to me, it's the most important thing that I want to do for people, because I never had that. I didn't have anything growing up. I didn't have a dad who helped me um, try to be better, right? It was just to get a job and go to work, go to the bar, do all this stuff. A granddad who was very successful, owned a ranch, and all he wanted me to do was work. When I got my AC license, he was an HVAC contractor. When I got my license when I was young, 22, he said, "Oh, you shouldn't do that. You should go to work." But I didn't listen to him. I just kept doing it, and I haven't been employed since then. I've been self-employed since then, because I didn't listen to the people who didn't encourage me. And a lot of the times that was hard. And then I started getting older and realizing, why am I so angry? Why why am I struggling so bad? I never read a book. I never listened to people. I didn't have nobody there to push me and help me. And then finally something clicked. Actually, when I got into real estate and I started reading, I started hiring mentors, I started going to masterminds, and I started realizing that the only way that I'm ever going to change and be happy, be successful, find that true peace and true joy in my soul, is to change the way I think, and to always change the way I think, never to stay in one realm of thinking, I guess, if that's the right way to say it. To always be growing, to always be learning, and to know that something works for one thing might work for someone, but it may not work for me. If I try and I don't like it, then I find a different way. I find what works for me. We're all different. Different things work for different people, different strokes for different folks, as they say. So get out there and don't worry about what people think. Do what you want to do. Know that you're doing it for the right reason, and that you truly are changing. You truly are a different person than you used to be, that you truly are wanting to help people or truly wanting to improve your life. And that's all that matters. All the haters can hate, all the disbelievers can have disbelief, but if you truly know you're improving yourself and you're doing what is right, and who cares? Keep pushing. And that's what I'm going to keep doing. I don't care how many bad comments I get. I don't care how many people think I'm full of shit, because I know in my heart I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and that's to help people change the way they think, inspire them, to help them get through hard times, help them get through struggles, so they can enjoy the true joy of life, which to me is having peace, knowing you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, helping, serving, giving, or whatever, in your business, with your family, with your friends, and with pure strangers, even just to be nice and maybe change someone's life. So if you're struggling with imposter syndrome, get out there and know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Stay positive, keep pushing forward, do what you have to do to get where you want to get. And remember, change the way you think so you can change your lives. And I'll talk to y'all later.